My dear students, as we are discussing about planning different questions for the interviewing, there are some very important concepts which we need to understand. First of all, there are some questions which are about the growth opportunities of the candidates in your organization. So such kind of questions need to be asked about the career opportunities. So number one question, what are the characteristics of employees who advance in this company? So what kind of characteristics may help employees to advance in the company? So such kind of question must need to keep in mind. Number two, is there a structured career path for the job? Every job don't have proper structured career pathway. So you need to give an answer that whether this particular job would allow candidate to progress in his career. So if the answer is yes, then it means there are positive signs in the company. Number three, there are some chances for advancement assuming I do a good job. So there are some chances which are basically relevant to the advancement in the job. There are some chances which are basically relevant to the performance, good performance in that particular job. And number four, what additional opportunities will this job likely lead to? Every job cannot give you additional opportunity to move in your career, but there are some jobs which may help you to progress in your career because of some additional opportunities which may lead you to move to the career ladder. And number five, what departments generate the most successful employees? What kind of departments in the whole organization can generate successful employees which may provide better growth opportunities in the career? And number six, how does the organization reward exceptional performance? So this is about reward management, and reward management is linked with the better performance. So how performance can be linked with the reward management? And number seven, does the company's salaries program include team-based compensation? So there are two kinds of salary program. One is the overall company base and second is a team base. So there are some team-based compensation available because such kind of things really attract people towards the organization. And number eight, what is the learning plan for this position? How can I learn? How can I develop? What are the training plan for this position? That what kind of a training and development opportunities I would seek if I will work on that particular position and in that particular company. There are some questions which are about the applicant's chances to get a job. So number one, how would you compare my skills with those of other applicants? Because you are not the only person who is appearing for the interview. There are a number of people who are competing for that particular position. So how would you compare my skills of a candidate with the skills of other applicants who are appearing in the interview? And number two, what else can I say that will encourage you to select me? And number three, what are the success factors that would convince you that hiring me is a right move to make? So these questions the person is asking, the candidate is asking from the interviewer that what are the success factors which may convince you that you would need to give me a job? And number four, do you have any concern about my skills, experience or education that I can address for you? Sometime in interview, the interviewer may show concern about the skills, education, experience and the skill level of the person. So you may ask such kind of question that if you have such kind of skills, concerns, you may ask me. And so I can address such kind of issues more clearly. And number five, how do I compare with the ideal applicant? My dear students, there are a number of applicants appearing for the interview. And in each interview process, there are some ideal applicants. So you may ask question, the candidate may ask question that how do you compare myself with the ideal applicant? So he can perform better. And number six, how would you summarize my greatest asset? Every applicant has some greatest assets, and so you can ask a question that how would you summarize my greatest asset? And number seven, how would you recommend I convert any areas requiring improvement into assets? So there are some kind of requirements of any particular position. So you can ask a question that how can I convert my requirements into assets? So the chances of my success in the interview and the chances of my hiring in the company can be increased. There are some questions about the interviewer. The candidate may ask questions about the interviewer. Number one, how long have you worked here? How many years you have spent in this particular company? This question you may ask from the interviewer as well. Number two, what position did you start out in? So you can ask that what were the first position which you get in this particular company. So you can get some idea of the career development opportunities in the company. And number three, how long did it take you to get into the position you are in now? So he can get an idea that how many years you have spent from moving from one smaller position to the one bigger position in the company. And number four, why did you want to work here? What are the reasons? What are the motives that you are the part of this company and you want to be the part of this company in the future? And number five, were your expectations met? Yes or no? So this can be a little ambiguous question, but you may ask that what your expectations from the company and whether these expectations met in the company or not met in the company. And number six, what do you like most about working here? What are the best things which compel you to work for this company? So such kind of questions may be asked from the interviewer, which can give you the idea that how I can perform an interview and what are my chances to be the part of this company.